pick up the gungeon, make sure that you are a demon slayer with your spellbook, because you're not going to be the dead cell today. Destroy all the enemies and defeat the vampires so you can be the sole survivor, as dawn is in 20 minutes. Welcome to the 100% series. Hello everybody, my name is Hirayuki and I welcome you guys back to another video and the start of the 100% series. And you might be thinking, Hirayuki, isn't the 100% series just that YouTube series you started ages ago with Vampire Survivors that just disappeared from the face of the earth? Well, yes, you would be correct. I didn't like that video, I didn't like how it was presented, that was due to my poor approach to the video, and I just felt like there was no identity to what the series was actually about. And that's where today's video comes in, because we are going to be getting restarted with the 100% series, going back to Vampire Survivors. And just to talk about the series a little bit, if you haven't watched my 2025 plans video, I recommend you go watch that video, as it explains in better detail what today's series is going to be going forward. But just to give you guys just a rough idea about what's going on, I'm not going with the shtick of using a fight stick to complete roguelike-esque games. More likely than not, all it is just going to be, it's just me playing games that I want to play and 100% of them. These games will primarily consist of roguelikes, roguelites, Metroidvanias, bomber shooters, looter shooters, extraction shooters, bullet hells, to name a few. Now, I'm just going to be 100% of them, and that's primarily going to be through Steam achievements. So when we complete a game, it'll be 100%ed on Steam. And we are going to be starting off with my favourite roguelike-esque game of all time, being Vampire Survivors. And the reason I've decided to bring this channel back is, as you guys know, if you watched the video I just mentioned previously, I'm not just a YouTuber that wants to do fighting game content. I also want to do other game genre content, mainly being roguelikes and them kind of games. I am a huge fan of roguelikes, which is why I wanted to bring this series back, but also because whilst you guys are waiting for the Dawson videos to come out, which I want to say thank you guys so much for all the support you guys have given me for that video, I wanted another series that you guys can watch whilst you guys are waiting, being the 100% series. And with all of that tongue twister out of the way, I just want to remind you guys, if you have not done so yet, you need to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn the notification bell on so you guys can get notified and feed the algorithm god. And now we are going to be getting into the first game of the series, being Vampire Survivors, as I just mentioned. So, what is Vampire Survivors? You might be wondering what this game is, and let me tell you, it's a doozy. For anyone who doesn't know what Vampire Survivors is, imagine taking a dopamine hit plus some form of drug, putting them together and putting it in a game form, and that's what Vampire Survivors is. Vampire Survivors is a roguelike shoot-em-up that came out in 2022, so about 3 years ago now, and has actually won so many rewards. You know, it's won the BAFTA Game Awards for Best Game, British Academy Game Awards for Game Design, and you know what? Fair play to them, because this game is addicting. This game gets crazy, to the point where I'm going to have to put epilepsy warnings like this one. And now, moving out of the epilepsy warning, in today's video, we are going to be starting off the 100% series by going into the Mad Forest. Now, the main achievement we want to be hitting today is we want to be able to get to level 20 on the Mad Forest level so we can unlock the next level, being Invalid Library. Currently, as it stands, we are only just sitting at 0% completion rate. Obviously, we haven't even started the game yet. Now, one last thing before we get into the actual gaming content, I just want to remind you guys that all of these videos coming out recently are non-scripted. So if I do stutter or if I do say some idioms like please be fair with me. I am still learning how to speak on camera without having to use the script. As many of you guys may know, a lot of my other videos that I've recorded have been done with a script, and now recently I've been trying to get into a pattern of trying to speak without having to use a script, which has been difficult at time to time, but I feel like I'm starting to improve a bit, and that is mainly due to my Twitch. And if you haven't gone to my Twitch, link will be in the description below. And with all of that rambling and the lack of breathing I've been doing, let's get into episode 1 of the Vampire Survivors series. When you load at Vampire Survivors, you have many different options of what you can do. You could go to the unlock section. This basically tells you all the achievements of everything we've got to do, and there is a lot in this game now with all the new DLCs that have been coming out recently. And then We've got the collection, which is massive, and then we've got the power-ups, which we level up over time. Now, when you load up, you only get given 4 characters, but the first character you will always have to play with is Antonio. So the first character you always get in Vampire Survivors is Antonio Belpisa, and he comes with the whip as his starting item. Antonio has a lovely passive that gets him started with plus 20 health and plus 1 armor, which is a lot more than you would think. He gains 10% might every 10 levels up until level 50. The maximum might gain this way is plus 50%. And Antonio's weapon, the whip basically creates a slash that goes horizontally in front of where the character is facing, damaging all enemies that are in that area. When the whip gets to its max level, being level 8, it will get 30 plus base damage and plus 20 area effect and plus 1 amount of whips being thrown. And let's get into it. So look at all the stages as well. There's so many stages. We've always got all the DLC stages. We're not going to do these just yet because I want to go through the main game before we get to the DLC stages. Now, for some background, I've actually played Vampire Survivors before. This game is super loud. I apologize, chat. There we go, chat. And I've played this game before. This is not my first time ever playing Vampire Survivors. I actually love this game. I think it's great. Oh, Jesus, voice crack. I think it's great. I think this is one of my favorite games of all time. You know, I think the gameplay, just something simple, and yeah, I just love it. So we're going to just try and kill as many bats as possible. You know, the early stages, like replaying this from the get-go feels definitely weird, but every time you collect enough XP, shown by the XP bar on top, you get a chance to level. So we can either get a new item like the Laurel or the King Bible, or we can upgrade our whip. And I think let's go with the King Bible so we can show off some more stuff. So when the King Bible will spawn in, you'll see in a second, it will summon a little spinning Bible that will attack. And the great thing about this game is there's no buttons you have to press, so it's all just movement based. And you might be thinking, well, isn't it easy? If you've never seen Vampire Survivors before, it gets difficult a lot. New options here. We're going to go with a Magic Wand. I love Magic Wand. I think it's one of the best early game items you can ever build in this game. So the game plan for today, as previously mentioned, we're going to just try and complete level 1. You know, I don't know how long this video will be. I hope I don't beat level 1 on the first attempt. Because then the game just will be made to seem easier than it actually is. And this blue bat that just spawned in means if we kill it, we will get access to a chest. And then chests normally level up your abilities. And if we quickly run over to this light source, if we kill the light source after leveling up, do you want to level up again? Now, we'll just keep picking up items. We actually have a chance of getting coins and other various power-ups every time we kill the light sources. But for the time being, we're going to just try and kill the blue bat if we can. Oh, did take a lot of damage there, but we did manage to get the treasure chest. And what are we going to get? It looks like we are going to get a level up on our magic wand. And just 1 second. Just turn up the game sound a bit so you guys can hear the game sound as well. And actually, you might have saw that we did actually have a red gem that we managed to pick up. And let's just keep getting as many weapons as we can get. We do have a maximum of 6 weapons we can use as Vampire Survivors. So let's just try and pick up as many as possible. And you can already see we're only 2 minutes in and there's a lot of enemies already spawning in. But our build seems quite strong so far. Now, a big reason why I chose to do, I wanted to redo the 100% series was because I didn't think it had an identity last time. I spoke about this in my 2025 video. If you guys haven't watched that, link will be in the description below. This video didn't really have this series didn't have an identity to it. I really wanted to create an identity for the series. Let's just take sand and water. So we now have max items. And just another reason was because I really just wanted to practice my ability just to speak on the fly rather than doing audio, since audio was the reason why videos took so long to release. So this is my first official video where I'm doing it off the fly and That's why if I make a bunch of mistakes, you know, it's just because I'm learning to be able to speak a lot better whilst just playing the games throughout. And I think we're going to take spinach, as spinach is a passive, so the bottom row above under our items are passives. So every time we pick up a passive, it will do a bonus effect. So spinach will actually increase all of our damage, which is just super good, especially when more waves are coming along. And we can see so many chests here, but it's going to be really difficult. We're going to take some damage. I don't know how much worth that was, but we'll take it, chat. Going to kill these bats. We're going to run back through, and I think we are going to just take more projectiles, and we can see some skeletons have started spawning in. Now, one thing when it comes to this game is some of the items don't track. Some of the items, like the knights, actually don't actually track enemies. But for example, items like the magical wand do track enemies, and we can already see it is getting a bit scary already. You know, we're under half health and we're only 3 minutes into this run. The first run should never go well, like in this game, from the experience I've seen. Even with you knowing what to do, the first run never seems to go well. And we did get another level up. We can't skip it yet. We can skip it in future runs, but we are just going to get an axe upgrade. So this axe upgrade should, I believe, level up our ability to throw more axe projectiles, which is sick. And I think we're going to take the level 2 of the whip. This is just going to do more damage, and we'll start killing more hordes of enemies, which will be big, especially when we get to the later stages of this run, if we do get to the later stages of the run. And that was a big chunk of XP right there. I think we should take... Let's level up whip again. I think that just makes sense. And what's great about the whip is it actually hits both ways, which means we're covering our area very nicely. And 4 minutes into the first run, it's going pretty well. I know for a fact that once we hit, I believe it's the 5-minute period is when things will start getting a lot more difficult. Oh, honestly, just took a lot of damage there from the bat swarm right there. That was very unfortunate, but hopefully it won't affect us too much going forward. But yeah, I love this game. It's still up there as one of my favorite games of all time. I've just always been a fan of roguelikes, and when I found this one, I was like, I gave it a go. I saw it. It was during the Game Awards 2 years ago, and after playing it, I just fell in love. And I think we're just going to keep leveling up our items, I think. I don't think we really need passives right now, and going to run down to this light source and hopefully find some chicken. We didn't find any chicken there, unfortunately. Chicken, if you find chicken, it will actually give us some HP, which is very helpful, especially just surviving these waves. And we're getting close to that 5-minute mark, and when the 5-minute mark hits, the mini boss will spawn in. So the first mini boss will spawn in, and this is where the game really gets tough. And I think for this one, I am going to take the level up of the magic wand, and we are so close to dying. So 2, 1, 1. We are now trapped in the aura, and there is the mini boss right there. Right there. And these green guys are going to be a big problem because they just take a lot of damage. But the thing is, we can actually escape this. If we could just hit these plants enough, we can actually escape. And I think that's what's going to be the plan. Hopefully it works. It's not going to work, unfortunately, chat. That's very unfortunate, which means we're just going to have to play around this and just wait another 6 more seconds before we are out. And now these green guys will actually start dropping these green gems, which give more XP, and we die. That's very unfortunate. But 232 gold for our first run. We got 4 achievements just like that. And that's one big thing. It's just we will get loads of achievements. I think I kind of want to unlock a new character, and I think we're going to go with Imelda. Imelda Balapsi is this more than likely not your second character you're going to unlock in Vampire Survivors. Now, Imelda, she comes with a magic wand. And the way Imelda works is Imelda gains 10% more experience every 5 levels up until level 15, with the maximum growth gained this way is plus 30%. The magic wand shoots a blue magic missile that is fired at the closest enemy to the player. Additionally, the projectiles from a mount will be fired in sequence. Each missile can initially hit one enemy before dissipating. The missiles cannot pass through walls either. It does a base damage of 10, but when it gets the max of level 8, it does plus 20 base damage, plus 3 amounts shot, plus 1% piercing, so it goes through multiple enemies, and a 0.2 second cooldown. Let's go again. We're going to go with a meld on this one. I'm going to go straight into it. And that's basically it when it comes to Vampire Survivors. It's just simple enough. You just kill enemies, grab the XP and run. And I think a lot of roguelikes that have come out have really tried emulating this. And have done a really good job. I think the thing with roguelikes is even though the concept of them are very similar in the sense of you just killing enemies and leveling up, a lot of roguelike games do such a good job at like making it unique to their own, which I love to see. And no exception being Vampire Survivors, which has just done an exceptional job, especially with all the collabs it's been having recently. But I think we are going to take Whip and Wand are like really good early game. I think they are one of the better items early game. The worst item to get early game is actually the Axe. Axe is very slow unless you have it like max level very quickly. But why would you want to max level the Axe when you can max level a bunch of other items? But now for the time being, we are just going to be running around just trying to kill as many enemies as possible. Once we get to the later stages of the game, these earlier stages will go by fast. You'll notice that we will get, by this time, we would already be like maybe level 7. I've had runs where I was level 10 in the first minute and a half of a run, so it could happen. And we do get 2 levels with that, and I think we are just going to keep leveling up that magic wand and try and make it as strong as possible with another chest. What we're going to get in the chest, and just like that, in a minute, we're level 5, and we already have level 5 wand. This is going to be so big, and you're going to see why the wand is probably the best starting item, because it just shreds through enemy forces. And like, none of these enemies would be able to catch up to me if I didn't just walk into them, though, chat. And that's the funnier part. Is most of the time in the earlier stages, I would just die to myself limit testing to see, once again, if I can do it. Because the last time I played this was a while back, actually. I think it was a year ago nearly. And there's some DLC that's came out recently that I haven't actually played. This is my, for context, all of my videos regarding roguelikes will be played on my second account. And we have our first special item, and this is just a flamethrower that's just going to do so much damage. And we found our first piece of floor chicken. We gotta love it. The floor chicken, a staple in Vampire Survivors. This is going to just do so much. And imagine if we had the fire for that. And we are going to take a bit of damage here. We're going to keep killing these lambs. And another piece of floor chicken and a gold bag. But yeah, guys, going back to what I was saying. All of my games will be played on my second Steam account. I share my Steam account so I can do all my roguelike content from scratch. And this is one of the only roguelikes I have played, to be honest with you. I have this and Dead Cells are the 2 roguelikes I've played. And Dead Cells is going to be so fun when we get to that. And I haven't actually been Dead Cells, so it's going to be interesting for sure. And I think we are just going to take that level 7 wand. You know, we are just so strong. We are just shredding these bats. And what we are actually doing right now is we're actually playing around this floor chicken. Because we really want to make sure we are grabbing the floor chickens when we can. And any gold bags that we can find as well. But right now, kind of chill run. A lot better than last round, I'm pretty sure. I think we were level 7 a lot later in this round. But with all the new DLC, floor chicken, all the new DLC that's coming out, you know, it's going to get crazy. And there's the crown. We just unlocked the crown from the last run, and the crown is so big, you know, it's going to help so much. We're gaining so much XP earlier on, especially in this first stage. Just the amount of XP gain can really turn the tides in this. As we get another chest and hopefully pick up something that we are wanting. Maybe a level up on the wand, and unfortunately not so. It will be a level up on the whip, but that is perfectly fine. But when we get a chance, we do need to find another weapon. But I think we are going to take the MD Tome. MD Tome, one of the better items again. Just reduced cooldowns means that we basically are creating our magic wand into a minigun. That is just going to shred everyone. Which is just very nice to see. My plan for content for this series will be for the earlier stages, we'll just be completing levels. And we will just talk about every achievement we get after completing a level. Now, granted, there are some earlier stages, stage 3, that I'm going to hate to get to. That will be for that day where I just have not a fun time playing in stage 3. Stage 3 is by far one of the worst stages in Vampire Survivors. To this day, I still think it is one of the worst stages in Vampire Survivors. If not the worst. I have my loads of gripes to stage 3, and we will get to there for sure once we get there. But for the time being, doing pretty well right now. Just going to pick up the floor chicken. We could have probably saved that, you know. We're just taking some damage right there. We could have probably saved that floor chicken. Going to level up again, and we are going to take that spinach, and now this one is about to shred all of these enemies. I think they will just all die so fast. And now if we can find some level ups on the crown, that would be so helpful right now. Ooh, there's a big gold bag down there. It's going to give us probably 50 gold, I think it is. 100 gold. I was wrong. I do apologize. And the gold is very useful early game for just getting characters and leveling up our abilities a lot. Now, we have loads of good options here, but I think we are just going to max level the wand. And this is going to be big. This is going to be a lot of damage coming through. And with 15 seconds remaining, we are going to be fighting against the boss once again. But so far, it's been going well. We haven't really encountered anything too scary yet. And we're just going to run towards these lampshades so they are in the boss fight arena. And here's the time stop ability. And we are just going to shred the boss. And just like that, the boss has died. And we got a lucky chest. Holy! This is going to give us so much items to work with. I think it will give us 3 items. No, it will be 5 items. 5 item level up. Bum, bum, bum. So, looks like we leveled up the spinach twice, the whip twice, and the crown once. And now we are just in such a commanding position, you know, already being able to just escape from the arena. Because now these plants are actually going to start moving towards us because the boss is dead, which is very unfortunate. But we have now escaped. And now our damage, we can already see the damage numbers are already just beginning to rack up, which is brilliant. And guys, we are looking really good, you know. We only need to hit level 20, realistically, to actually get the new stage. But we're going to try and get to that half-an-hour mark. If you guys have never seen Vampire Survivors before, the game ends after half an hour. Well, in this case, 15 minutes. Half an hour runs in Vampire Survivors are 15 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. So, but I will need to fact check myself on that. But I'm hoping to go for a half an hour run this game, because it would be really cool to just do like a full run. But it's going to become super difficult, especially since we are very limited to our options of items. But right now, it's looking pretty good. I think we are going to try and level up the crown as much as possible now. It looks like we are kind of slowing down on that XP. Unfortunately, we don't get crown there, but we do get another level up on the spinach. And that's big damage coming out from the spinach right there. Bow! Just instantaneously just dying, and we love to see it. And this is what is called a dead zone. So Vampire Survivors have 2 different types of zones. We have XP zones and dead zones. XP zones are basically where it's larger hordes of enemies, but they die in like 1 or 2 hits and give XP. Whilst dead zones are stronger enemies that spawn less of them, but give us less XP. And that's how kind of the tempo kind of works in Vampire Survivors, in a sense that there is quite a bit of tempo in this game. But we are now moving into that 7-minute mark, and I believe we are going to be entering back into an XP zone, as we can see the bats spawning in, the critters of this map. But we are going to take the crown again. And just absolute domination on that bat swarm right there. That was incredible. Second bat swarm. And the bat swarm's actually very annoying because they push the enemies into you. And again, oh, we managed to escape that one, guys. But we need to kill this blue bat as fast as possible because everyone's starting to get a bit close. And I don't like it. I think we are going to just take whip, just get as much whip damage as possible. Good XP gain. And I think we're just going to try and run for these light sources. Hopefully we can find maybe a floor pit chicken or a flamethrower. It would be nice. We are just trying to find anything. And we're just going to take the max HP at this point. Because when we get that floor chicken, it's going to give us a lot more XP to work with. And it's just looking very scary right now. But look at the XP. We just gained so much XP, and it's so good. And there is another boss spawning in, and we are just going to take that crown just to get as much. And there's the blue bat. We finally killed the blue bat. This one doesn't give us a chest, unfortunately, but it gives us a red gem, which are very high pieces of experience. bat swarm spawns in again. And it's just been very good so far. We are going to just take another level up on that whip, just to kill these enemies as fast as possible. And just like that, guys, we've actually reached level 20. And the thing about level 20 is, that's all you need to actually unlock the next stage of the game, which will be in the next video. But we're not ending it just there, guys. I really want to try and get that 20-minute, half an hour mark. And so far, we are definitely doing very well. We're going to run down here. We're going to pick up a time stop. This is big. And we found a piece of floor chicken. That's so big. You know, we needed the end. We needed as much XP level, right now, and we definitely managed to find it. Oh, and we see a silver bat spawning. Now, these metal bats are about to put in a lot of work because it's going to take a lot of damage to kill it. But once we do kill it, it's going to be big. It's going to give us another red gem. We'd love to see it. Now, these big bats are going to become annoying, especially with the bat swarms, which are constantly pushing them into me. We're doing as much damage as we can to these big bats, but it's definitely starting to get a lot more difficult to kill them. Very fortunate to take a bit of damage. And look at the damage on that bat swarm right there. That was incredible. But we really need to start finding some more floor chickens, like that one, for example. And just hope for the best one out. Oh, another swarm. And do you hear this music? Vampire Survivors OST is actually exceptional, by the way. There's some songs in this game which are incredible. Sadly, one of the best songs is from Stage 3, which I'm so upset about, but it is so good. But now we are back in this, and we do see the Mantachana boss spawning in. It's going to be really annoying to deal with because it's going to just do so much damage, and we unfortunately die. This game is incredible, and the content that it's going to bring to the channel is going to be incredible. So I'm going to pass it over where we're going to now talk about all the achievements we unlocked on today's video. Now, looking at all of the achievements we got for today's video, we ended up getting 10 achievements, with one of them being our main achievement of today's video. We've also managed to unlock a new character that will be shown during the next episode. And as a result of us getting these 10 achievements, we've officially hit the 5% mark on the 100% challenge of Vampire Survivors. And now, with all of that being said, guys, I thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope you guys have enjoyed it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Go to my Linktree below so you can join the Discord server, get involved with the Twitch, and get involved with my Twitter as well, and all the good things I'll be coming around for Hirayuki and the brand going forward. And with all that being said, guys, my name is Hirayuki, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye. Goodbye.